Never
Why,
mind that
man?
whatsoever.
Yeah.
Don't be minding that, little boy.
Don't even.
Don't be minding. You're live! You're live right
Oh
now.
my
We're
god.
live. We're live. We're live.
Yes.
It's alive.
Yes.
This is not Hayes's monster. This is. There's all that confusion between Frankenstein's monster and Frankenstein. What is Frankenstein's
Um.
See, because Frankenstein is not the name of the monster. You're like, oh, that's
No,
Frankenstein.
Frankenstein's the name of the
It
monster.
is not.
It's colloquially the name of the monster.
But no, I mean, in the book, it is defined as decidedly not the name.
Yeah, it's the monster.
Every version of Frankenstein
Yeah.
is, yeah,
I don't
mutilated.
think of Dr. Frankenstein when I think of
I
Frankenstein.
know. But the story's about the doctor, actually.
The
Doctor's the
crazy
main player,
doctor,
yeah.
man.
About the doctor, not about the crazy monster.
I mean, he probably doesn't show up till like halfway through the book, anyways.
I think it's episode 74 that the monster finally shows up. For those of you that don't know, today is episode 74.
The screen's not up.
Oh.
I was looking at it on my thing, and I was like, "What?"
I forgot a button. I'm sorry,
Forgot the
I
thing.
forgot a button.
That's okay. That's okay.
There's a button over there.
Hello.
Hello.
How you
Hello.
doing?
Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, Mark.
Hi, Mark. Oh, hi, Mark. You know what it is? James Franco and Seth Rogen, separate from each other, are amazing. But when they get together,
They turn
it's
into
stupidness.
goofballs.
They
Yeah,
turn into complete idiots.
they become. There's a bromance thing that goes on. A
Yeah.
weird bromance thing that even looks questionable. It's not in a bad way, but I mean, I'm just saying. There's a lot of love going on there. Because I've tried to watch. There's a few movies like that. Because man, once you get them together, they're just
We didn't watch The Room, but we watched what was the movie that was
the one
James
where they make.
Franco was in?
I forget.
Yeah, I forget, but it was pretty good. I thought so.
Like disaster movie or something. Like it's called something.
Disaster Artist, yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Something like that. 74 friggin' episodes.
Yeah, somehow.
End of a chapter, bud.
Yeah.
We've spent January 10th. Is that what you said?
January 10th. Yeah, January
The
10th.
birth date of us actually working is 1/10/22.
Yes. Actually doing something every day.
Actually doing
just
something
have to-
well, except on the days we don't.
We just gotta add a thing.
Except on the
Add a
days
couple
we
more
don't.
things here and there.
Well, I see the difference as excuse me. Chapter 1 is us.
Mm.
Two of us figuring it out. And oh God, how are we gonna? How do you go from two people? Everybody sees a podcast.
Yeah.
Now, we have made a point from the very beginning, though, of centering our podcast on a giant board that says, hey, by the way, we don't need this many buttons to do a podcast. We're doing other things.
Yeah.
Like, I think about it,
It's
and
very true.
we've consistently, it's like NASA and Launch Central with all of the monitors and everything.
Right.
And this doesn't look like, hey, by the way, we're going to do a 45-minute podcast.
No, it looks like we got other things going on. I don't know. Well,
may.
the board is what really like explains everything, I guess.
It does.
The computer's just you could be you could have a lot of work, you know, like a
lot of work.
lot of computer work that you have to do, and you or maybe you're streaming or something, but this the board really explains it all.
Well, that consistently we've
Mhm.
been doing other things.
Mhm.
That we made a point of, okay, now we have to be in the public, and we've struggled with it. Oh my
In the
God,
public eye.
that there have been days where that's been the hardest part. That we needed this 4 months
Mm.
to define who we were as people, not just as who we were communicating, but get comfortable enough that we could be us.
Yeah. Now we have to get. It's weird because as soon as you get comfortable, you have to get uncomfortable again. And
Yeah,
it's like,
baby.
like, dang it. I wasn't ready for this, but
But
I
that
guess
part
I
of
got to.
that part of me that you see that makes sense now. That part that goes, can we get this piece settled? Because we've got this stuff, and so can
Yeah.
we get arguing about this? Let's not argue about this anymore.
I can at
I've got
least
a new thing
I
for
can
us to
at
argue
least
about.
feel comfortable enough with the fact that like I'm here, I'm on the show. I'm probably gonna say some stupid stuff, or I'm probably gonna miss a couple jokes here and there, but it is what it is, you know.
I'm here. I'm full of
I'm
fear. Get
trying, you
used
know.
to it.
I'm here. Shut up, shut up, because I know what the joke was. You didn't say it, but you didn't need to. Okay,
Well, full of something. Fear.
shut up, shut up. You're horrible. I swear,
Oh man.
man.
So you look back, 74 episodes. What do you go? You know what do you remember? What hits you as from this experience? What can you give us? 74 episodes into
What
the
can I
first show
give
you've
you?
ever done. Like, oh, shaking it off. I've done 74 episodes. What's the memory?
The memory is
I'm here. I'm full of fear. Get used to it.
most of it. Most of it is probably pretty bad. I'm gonna have to go back. No, I don't even. No, hold on,
Most of you think the
hold
last
on,
74 episodes were
hold
mostly
on.
pretty bad? Jesus.
Yes, but I'll tell you why. The reason why
Yeah.
is because that was only our first 75 episodes.
The next 75 will be better, is what you're saying?
I think so. I think they'll be a lot better. I think it'll get better the more people we have to talk to, just because of the fact that
Well, but this show will still be this show.
from interviews and stuff, we'll get more tangential experience from
Yeah,
just
no, I think
conversation
that's
and stuff, and we'll have more things to think about, more perspectives and
in
stuff.
meeting people we learn more.
Exactly. I mean, and then also,
Have you met
I
my
think
friends?
if we can still find time to interview people and watch movies and make music, dude, the next month will at least be fun.
We've talked about taking the TV out of the room.
Yeah, exactly. I know. Yeah.
Oh, I don't want to lose the TV.
I don't either.
Those
but
of you that can't see it on that wall, if I were to look that way,
is that
55
a?
inch TV.
Oh, it's 55.
Well, yeah,
What's
it
the one
was
upstairs?
58. The one that died was a 58.
Eat.
Part
How
of me
did it
wonders.
die? What the?
I don't know. Part of me wonders if I take it down, maybe I can get something going.
Right.
But it definitely isn't. I haven't been able to fix it sitting on that wall.
Right.
And literally, it's as simple as just unclipping it and clipping it and moving them.
Okay.
I
Okay.
think I've got the same, but it feels weird that the living room upstairs doesn't have a TV currently. It just has a giant.
Right.
It's got a 2001 obelisk. The black giant ominous thing in its face. Whoa.
Went somewhere different, but that's okay.
So, but as you what? Okay, looking back though,
Mhm.
what do you see that you go? Okay, just okay, yeah, okay, we're gonna be better. But there's got to be pieces you liked. What
No,
was
of course.
what episodes? I think I always think of turds. I think of death.
I can't think of specifics, but there are some episodes that I remember where we were just joking around and having fun.
Mhm.
I feel like most of them were on a Friday.
Fridays we've always
I
tried
feel
to
like
make Friday and Monday a little bit
Friday
lighter.
we've kind of tried to chill out. Monday we've kind of tried to chill out. And then the rest of the week was just wherever it went that week.
Well, the goal has always been there is a free floating nature to the way in which I plan the show. Because part of it is the idea that you can't, it's not to say I can't set subjects. Shit.
Mhm.
I can't set show names or anything
Mhm.
earlier. Like, I mean, we knew yesterday that this was going to be end of a chapter.
Right.
So I didn't call it that. I called it 74. So, but the reason for that is so that we capture us.
Mhm.
That any given day, anytime. Oh my God. So sorry, folks. Any given topic, that the topic is relevant to where we're actually at.
Mhm.
But as opposed to it being driven by the outside world,
Mhm.
it's driven by our experiences here.
I'll say that I've had the thought of not because the show is a pressure anymore. The show doesn't really feel like a pressure anymore.
That's a good thing.
But I have had the thought of doing less shows a week. Not as a bad thing.
Never,
Not as
never,
a bad.
no,
No, I'm
not,
only.
no, no,
Hold
no,
on,
no,
hold
no,
on.
no,
Hear me
no,
out,
no,
man. Hear
nope,
me out.
nope,
Hear me out.
nope, nope.
I thought about it. I thought about it.
Build an
Like
anchor and
I
then cut
put
it in
some. I
pieces.
put
That
some
just
thought
sounds
into it.
horrible.
Well, I had the thought of maybe we would have more to talk about. We did less shows.
I don't,
Spaced it out a little
yeah, I
bit.
don't think that's
I don't.
true.
You don't think that's true?
I think every day people have stuff to talk about. I think we have real stuff every day, and yeah, no, absolutely not. I am not pussying out now.
I'm not pussying out. I'm just.
I am not going with anything but the push, brother. That if you build a foundation for what you're doing, you don't then go, I haven't built anything extra, but I'm gonna start cutting up the foundation. It's the whole,
Okay.
yeah, you don't. It's a schedule for a schedule for a schedule. We're a studio, not a single thing. And we do one thing 5 days a week, and we do a ton of other stuff. It's only 45 minutes. Meaningful.
I guess.
It's the anchor. How do you not?
No, it's.
How did we get here then?
How did we get here?
How did we get here? 74 episodes.
Time and
Thinking like
constantly
that?
coming back to it.
Yeah, not doing that though. Not doing that. I mean, the most I could ever think of is I've thought about taking Mondays off. That's
Okay.
the extent of as far as I've thought.
Mhm.
That in the end, as we move the next chapter, the problem is I have people who want interviews on Mondays. But anyways,
Mhm.
because really in the summer we work Tuesday through Saturday. Fires are coming. It's May. There won't be a fire this week.
I'll say that I have
That's all I'll
trouble.
say about
I have
fires.
trouble with reconciling like the fact that no one does podcasts this way. In addition to we're doing it like radio, but we're not a radio thing either.
You're right. We're not like anything. But how many every day at the same time on every other media do you have? Yes,
Doing it
we're more
every
than
day
all
at
of
the
those
same
things.
time. They have scripts and stuff.
No, news shows?
It's not easy to freestyle a show every day. That's what we do.
Good. We should keep doing that. I'm down.
Okay.
I'll carry it. I'll keep carrying it. I thought issue 74 I wasn't going to still feel this way though.
What
I
do you
didn't
mean?
know. 74 episodes of Can We Back Down?
Dude, 74 episodes is a lot. That's a lot to be. I think it's something to be proud of.
Oh, I do too, but I mean, my point isn't to back off. I'm not looking at it as an accomplishment and going, cool, now I can back off. Because it's never been all we were.
Right.
But it's a place where we, who are all pieces of all the rest of it, have created a world where people have an idea who we are. And for this studio, and for now, we are the representative experience.
I guess we're the only thing we constantly post, so.
And so what happens is, though, from that, we're going to launch other things that are ours. But we got to have dirt to put our seeds in.
Dirt? Need dirt? Why do you need dirt?
Why are you putting your seed in dirt? Anyways.
I don't know.
Google said, no, I'm just kidding. But pick a spot. Pick, tell me a story from back 74 episodes. I mean,
first episode was pretty good.
That first week, you remember how we felt? We go, oh my God, that's so good. Do you remember when we flooded? Okay, we flooded the studio because of a good episode.
Yeah, we did.
Like, damn, we did that so good. We don't have to watch the water go in the pond.
That's a good.
We flooded the basement.
We did.
And then the next episode is called
Flood.
And we talk about flooding the basement.
Yeah.
You know,
well, that's why I was saying I gotta go back through and like.
No one
skim. I gotta. No, I wanna go back through and skim so that I can make a playlist of our best stuff.
The funniest part of this is though, the person who skimmed them the most and looked back through them the most can't give me anything. No, it's you.
Oh.
You've gone through and gone through and gone through, and you're looking at me like, I don't know. There ain't nothing there, man.
I don't think I've sat down to watch an entire episode since like the first week we made. Like since the first.
How did you always complain about the sound? Like you'd watch whole episodes.
I would skim through it. to listen to the
But
sound throughout
you
the
wouldn't listen to the
episode.
content at all.
No, I would listen for like I would give it like 5 minutes. I would give it like
Dude.
a good two to
So-
3 somewhere between 2 to 3 and 5 minutes. Somewhere between there. I'd give it that amount of time and then I'd
Wonder why I
skip
start
forward a
drinking so
little bit.
early. Dear
I start-
Lord. God damn. Cranberry juice for my kidneys.
Is that cranberry juice? Oh. Oh.
Is
Okay.
That's
7-Up and cranberry.
no sugar added cranberry. And it's diet 7-Up, folks.
I can't remember the last time I had cranberry juice. I think I was at my grandma's house. Dang.
I do believe I have a drinking problem. What's the problem? I can't hold my glass steady. But
I could do voice
Okay.
acting. Random thought.
I could do voice acting all day. What about the experience though? At the beginning, you had a lot of trouble finding comfort in your voice.
Yeah.
Finding your voice.
Yeah.
So I got accused regularly of not letting you speak, and I'm like, no, I'm trying to get him to speak. What are you talking about, people?
No, like
I used to get
every time someone would come to me with like critique, they were like, "You need to speak more, or you need to express yourself
arguments.
more."
They wanted more
Yeah.
arguments.
Well, no,
We've done arguments now.
yeah, we've done arguments now.
Arguments.
They were like, "You need to express yourself more. You need to have more input or whatever." And constantly, my reaction was, "Yeah, I know. I'm aware. We talk about that. It's not a thing that I don't know."
Not
You
a
know,
thing
it's
that I don't know.
I'm aware of it. Like, there's a comfort thing, and I think some people have a little bit easier time with like talking and just generally speaking, just being able to be comfortable on camera, which is, I don't know. I'm not so much. I'm very uncomfortable speaking. Like, I don't know. It's easier when the cameras are off, but also most of the time I'm not that funny. Good amount of the time I'm pretty funny, but most of the time it's like, what are you talking about, bro?
So we watched a movie last night.
Uh-huh.
50-50.
Uh-huh.
About a guy getting cancer.
Uh-huh.
Was it funny?
Yes.
Correct. Funniest people aren't funny all the time.
Dude, I was laughing through the scenes that I wasn't supposed to be laughing at.
But but follow me. Watch Chappelle. He's not funny the whole time.
That's true. That
What
is
makes
true.
him funny. Okay, so what we bring is us.
Right.
You're right. We can be funny.
Right.
We can be
Occasionally.
silly. We have episodes where we laugh and
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
we hit different points.
Mhm.
We're not a single note. We're not, hey, this is a funny show to come watch. This will be the best thing you've ever heard on the radio. You'll be just blown away 24/7 by everything we do.
Good point.
We're a definite comedy show. Waka, 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 waka. But we're not.
Right.
We can do that.
You're right.
But we also do. Today on Where's the Line? Arnold gets touched by a stranger.
Oh my God! What the
Willis tries to help him.
Bruce Willis?
A very serious different strokes.
Arnold Schwarzenegger and Bruce Willis, man? What?
No, Arnold and Willis. It's different strokes. Never mind. It's what you talking about, Willis. That was a real episode. Those of you that don't know. So like you'd be watching these sitcoms,
Uh-huh.
and then all of a sudden they'd go, today on Family Ties.
Different Strokes is that one with Gary Coleman, right?
It is, but then I switched to Family Ties. But every so
Right.
often, every comedy show would have one of those. Tonight
Do you remember at all?
on Night Court,
Do you remember at all the different?
Bull gets pregnant by Marcia.
Okay, that's stupid. Do you remember the?
But they'd be these deeply meaningful.
Do you
I
remember
was thinking about we've done shows like Death.
Yes.
Yes, there was laughter some.
Yes.
There's a reason I brought up 50-50. Is that the problem is if you get lost on the idea of I'm a comedian,
Mhm.
then you're trying to tell jokes as opposed to sometimes you're funny as we talk about life.
Right.
I don't need you to try and tell jokes.
Right.
We don't. To some extent, we joke, We are human.
Right.
We see the humor in it. No, we dive deep. Dude, isolation, loneliness,
Mhm.
sleep,
Mhm.
turd,
Mhm.
death. That we've gone, if you look at the names of the episodes, claiming what we are as a comedy is a little strong. That we are human, and the goal is for other people to see in our struggle humanity.
Mhm.
Some days are easier than others. Some days we fight.
I will be honest though, I struggle with like whether or not it's entertaining more than whether or not I don't know. Like not so much that I
You get
want
in your head.
not so much that I
You
want
get
to
in
make
your
people
head.
laugh, but I want to at least be entertaining, I guess. I don't know.
We are. No, the whole point is it's more entertaining to not be funny all the time. That 50-50 worked because it was dealing with hard stuff,
Huh?
but you laughed.
Uh-huh.
And so that's the reality of life. You deal with the hard things and sometimes you laugh at them.
Right.
You don't put on a show. We don't want anybody in here putting on a show.
Mhm.
You get lost constantly on the am I supposed to be putting on a show?
Yeah.
And it fucks with your head. And you're best when you're not putting on a show. Like now you're in your head and it's hard to get you to talk.
Yeah, I'd say so, yeah.
I can always tell when the switch goes and I'm like, I gotta do a show still. You can't do that. Why are you doing that? You can't be shutting down right now. This is what are you doing to me?
I don't even know, dude. I'm just vibrating.
It's interesting, but you were dead on vibe for a minute. You were like excited. And then it got in your head that, well, no, he won't just quit doing this.
No.
You have been asking me from day one to do fewer shows.
Yes.
You have pushed endlessly to make it less.
Yes.
This is end of chapter 1, not less. On to chapter 2. More.
Wow.
More. You Maor?
Maybe.
That's short for man whore.
No. Shut
Mahor?
the fuck. No. No. No, man whores. No.
That's not how I want boy whores to die in my world, thank you. That's not
Man.
how boy
Man.
whores are supposed to go. You know what? I get it. I'm a dreamer. And a little bit of a romantic.
I really should have posted the thing yesterday because
You promised
really,
it would be
yeah,
up.
I did
You
say that.
promised all
I
of
did
them.
say
The
that.
first thing I do when
all
I get
of the
off.
no one watching.
Okay, so of the things you put up, that and music, which were better?
What?
The one thing you were gonna do yesterday was put that up and put up music. How much did you get put up?
Yeah, well, we're not gonna talk about that.
Did you get distracted? Why don't you do your job? Oh, wait a minute. That was. You're gonna do your job. No took. I said do. No one took it. You're trying, but.
They took our nerves.
Well, the hardest part between chapter 1 and chapter 2 is that's got to change.
Yeah.
They have to know they can rely on us. The reason we do it every day almost, that there's some sense of they can rely on us. We're here. That, hey, if you tune in between 12:15 and 1, either there'll be a sign that says Matt's puking today, or there'll be a show. Something that it gives, set your flag.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? Then you start building your bunker or your castle or whatever.
Just in case I don't actually upload the clip, his name's Sean Roos. Okay? His name's Sean Roos.
Dude, you got to go. No, guys, I promise today. Not you see, you're already making an excuse for yourself.
Okay.
That's the problem. You're always letting yourself off, bro.
Yeah.
That
I go to YouTube.
you were like high intensity, knew what you wanted to work on yesterday. I left and came back, and you were like, I found this other thing, and I'm like, oh fuck, what happened? How do we make chapter 2 not like that? How do we make it so when we go, yeah, we're giving you this, we don't end up in last December? Because, man, we don't have time for May to be December.
Nah.
We don't.
There's a lot more things that we're doing anyways. It's just trying to remember that. A lot more things to do, so do more things.
Well, and the thing is, though, it's not more things to do.
No, there is.
No, 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 no,
There's
no,
more
no, no,
things to
no.
do.
We backed off on upload all the things that we were supposed to be
No,
doing for the last. Whoa.
there's more things to do. It's okay. Okay.
I think there have been things to do all along. They just weren't
Yes,
getting done.
that's true.
I don't think there are more things to do. I think I've tried to keep it leveled out, and I keep going, oh, okay, don't work on that, then work on this. I very specifically in my chief executive officering.
Chief executive officer.
My
Officer for sir.
Okay,
Officer sir.
can we talk about LinkedIn for a minute?
LinkedIn, man.
Can we talk about LinkedIn for a minute?
Oh my god. Were we gonna do that after the episode or after everyone leaves?
What's that?
The the LinkedIn thing, because you had said that we were gonna freshen up our LinkedIns.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna freshen up our LinkedIn's. I'm not doing it tonight.
Okay.
Friday.
Cool.
It's finally Friday, and
Cool.
last I heard, everybody's not gonna be here. I think didn't you
Good.
say you were going somewhere?
No, I got a call.
Sean's going somewhere.
Yeah.
Sean's going out to
Yes.
celebrate
Oh wait, tonight?
Sarah's birthday. Yes,
When's-
which I just
When's
found
her
out
birthday?
about. I think today.
Oh,
I don't know. I
Okay.
don't think I'm supposed to know. I feel
happy
like
birthday, I guess.
Sarah, if
Maybe.
you're out there, you know what? You are such a huge assistant, and I appreciate you greatly. Happy birthday. Because it really did. She has been a huge help since the He Who Must Be Obeyed broke her foot. Well, no, so it's made it complicated. And then this afternoon, as I had plans for this afternoon, I suddenly found out I had other plans for this afternoon
Yeah.
that I'm constantly trying to keep up.
Yeah. There's always a new thing.
Well, the hard part is
Seems like.
my list of there's stuff to do. Everybody looks at it and goes, "Well, yes, but I only picture the list that relates to me." So everybody's going, "Well, why aren't you working on that?" And I'm like, "Because the list is a mile long, and somebody else is also screaming, why aren't you working on that about something else?" You'll watch on days when people are coming over. I'll be running around doing little tiny crap. I've got to hang this. I've got to do that. I've got to
Right.
crap where it's just like, okay, he's just trying to catch up on appearances.
Right.
It's like trying to get the backyard to the point where the backyard feels comfortable.
Right.
The last weekend to work on it because, man, May comes, we're doing fires.
Good point. Yay, people. Yay.
It's a reality, though. And but how many great times do we have in those situations? You know?
Yeah, it's true.
That it's a new chapter.
Mhm.
It's a new group of people.
Mhm.
I'm interested.
Know everything.
Well, I'm interested in seeing if some of our other friends show up.
You mean?
Oh, whether or not like the people that come in the studio to make music want to be here on Saturdays. I keep kind of asking, and they keep kind of just looking at me like I'm stupid.
I think the later you ask, the better, because everyone seemed to be weird about the fact that I had asked them to come so early. Generally speaking.
Generally speaking, the problem was it was a birthday party, and you didn't give them the whole scope. You didn't say, "Hey, we're doing food at about such and such." You know what? But you don't have to show up that early if you didn't.
I tried.
It's a hard thing to explain to people. You got to go,
yeah.
"Hey, but we're going to do a fire about 8 or 9."
Yeah.
You know what? There'll still be leftovers at that point, but
yeah,
the whole point was to split it so that family was there and then kind of crossed over. There was a whole thing.
Yeah, there was a whole thing, but
I've pulled it off. You've seen me do fires that way, where then people dwindle out and then we come downstairs.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to, yeah. There's a
timing thing.
Yeah. Oh,
there's
absolutely.
a lot of a timing thing going on.
Well, it's what we do.
What, timing?
As hard as it is, what we do is schedule events.
Yeah, pretty much. Schedule events and then do.
Figure out how to make sure they're recorded. Because if you're having event after event after event and there's no content coming out of it, it's not actually working for both people, or
Right.
for the studio and the artist.
Mm-hmm.
That if you're putting 16 hours a week in and got nothing to show for it,
Right.
that's oof.
Yeesh.
You know, you complain about the 5 hours a week that we get content out of, and then the
Yeah.
16 hours a week doesn't hit you the way it hits me, which always blows me away. Like, I know how much I schedule for the other piece, and I got nothing to show for that.
Yeah.
So that my outlook is different than how do I cancel the 5. It's how do I get something out of the 16.
Okay.
That I suppose if it got to the point where that 5 was really affecting our ability to do other stuff, maybe I'd move it. But it makes sure we're awake every day at the moment. So yeah, I don't think I'd. Welcome to the morning show at 12:15.
I think we're still doing pretty good at like waking up relatively before the show. I guess. Like we've woken up.
You
We've woken up
dozing
pretty
off
early
about
a
middle
couple
though is
times,
worrying
yeah.
me sometimes.
I
Just teasing.
words. I don't know words, man. I'm
Do
going.
do you get how many words? Okay, as you're getting in your head, stop, look back,
Mhm.
go, wait a minute. I don't need to keep trying to figure out how to do this different. I need to just keep doing it. The more I'm in my way, the less I'm able to do the show. That all you gotta do is bring Ross.
I'm
From
not
day
trying.
one, all I've said is all you gotta do is bring Ross. Just bring Ross, and I'll bring Matt. Matt and Ross. Where's the line? You know, where's the line?
I get the feeling more often than not that we have nothing to talk about. I don't know why. I don't know why.
I don't think that at all.
I don't know why. Like
I don't have
sometimes
I find that ridiculous on the
sometimes
theory
we
that
have
there's always a
sometimes
topic.
you have a lot to talk about on a topic and I have not a bunch.
Okay,
And I don't know how to go past that.
you're in your head.
No,
You're
it's
fine.
not just that I'm in my head.
Yeah, none of that matters.
What do you mean none of that matters?
Just be you.
All right.
Just be you. Don't be fake. But trying to figure out how fake you're supposed to be.
I'm not trying to be fake.
are.
I'm just trying to have something to say on the topic and sometimes I don't.
Okay, 74
Not right
episodes.
now. Right now I got some stuff to say.
When you okay, so isolation, you didn't have anything to say?
No, I had
Death?
some stuff to say. I had some stuff to say.
Okay.
I didn't say every topic is like that.
So then, right, that's okay. You're not gonna hit it out of the park every day. Some days you're just hitting singles. That's
Yeah,
okay.
I guess. Yeah.
There's a guy that's gonna cut them up and turn them into promo stuff.
Whoever that guy is, that's fun time. Fun time, you know?
That was a weird place that you just went
What?
on all of this. I don't understand it's episode 74 still shitting on it.
I don't
It's an endless struggle on my side of this table to go, okay, he's gonna shit on it today, and how do I hold it up? And that I'm going, wait a minute, no, it's okay to feel like, okay, you know what, and this is the part that scares me. That fully invested in even what we're doing, let alone, oh my God, more.
Dude, oh my god, more scares the shit out of me.
No, what scares me
100%.
What scares me more is not fully invested in what we're already doing. That if at episode 74 we're talking about it like episode 2, same conversations.
Well, it's like
I've come 74 episodes. Where
I haven't gotten to the point where what we're doing right now is easy. But I have to get past that. So I'm kind of just floating right now. I'm trying to disconnect from my emotions on how I feel about it because I want to get stuff done,
Right?
but I'm not. I keep distracting myself also.
Right. And you're good at this. You're here for a reason. The only days it's hard are the days you won't talk. It's not the days that you're talking.
Mhm.
It's the days that you'll shut down and you've decided you're not sure what you have to say matters,
Mm-hmm.
as opposed to realizing that you're the audience. Ask questions. On the days you don't have an answer, ask a question. But does that make sense? That both of
Okay.
us, that when we're trying to, the whole point is we're trying to figure it out. That we don't have the answer.
How do you feel that we have 74 shows?
Well, you know what? I look back, and they're all a piece of us, because that was what I was trying to bring out. That the part that I've tried to make an important part of the show
Mm-hmm.
is this part, that's the human part of, okay, how do we figure stuff out? And so bringing topics again and again, hopefully, that are representative of where we're at as a human,
Mm-hmm.
not just as a show, but as a show, in the sense that they watch us struggling with the things the rest of the world struggles with. Sometimes laughing at it, sometimes feeling overwhelmed by it.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody can relate to how overwhelmed you're feeling.
Yes. Very over. Well, not very. I wouldn't say very.
Well,
I'd say I feel pretty overwhelmed. But
well, the funny thing is, you didn't 10 minutes ago.
mm-hmm.
10 minutes ago, you were a live wire and you were full of energy, and then a thought hit.
Mm-hmm.
And that thought burst your brain somehow, and it's like, I'll watch you go. Psh. That you're like, it's a runaway thing.
Mm-hmm.
And my point of view is that's legitimate.
Mm-hmm.
That's not, hey, we're going to change it. Hey, we should talk about that. Because we've all been there. You're not alone. It feels alone when you're feeling that, like, oh my God, I'm dealing with this. And what we all forget is that's a normal, natural feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Humans are like, oh, change.
Mm-hmm.
But change is the only thing guaranteed, so you might as well embrace it. It's the only thing that happens all the time.
Change.
Yep, it's the only thing you can count on. This too shall pass. Things will change. Nothing is permanent, including us.
What? We're not permanent? Dude, what?
Well, I'm working
Dude,
on.
I thought I was gonna live forever. What the fuck?
I've actually worked on drawing. So what I'm doing is slowly sketching myself on top of myself in permanent marker, and I think that'll work.
Wait. Tell what are you gonna do again? I need to write that
I'm
down.
going to get a permanent marker, and I'm going to sketch myself
Yeah.
on myself.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to sketch it off just a little bit so it's a little blurry, so it looks like I'm going fast.
Okay.
But then once I draw it all, it should be permanent, right? I'll never die. I'll be permanently
Okay.
markered.
Note to self: sketch self on self, so I won't die. Okay, cool. All right, I got it. I did.
The hard part is, scared is a setting everybody knows.
Yeah.
They don't like to. It's not a setting people love to get onto admitting.
It's very valid.
But right
and true.
Right.
Unfortunately.
Do you see how bringing you brings you?
Mm-hmm.
You're right. I get scared every day too. Not as bad. Lately the warm up isn't as bad. The getting online and the getting it all set up goes very smoothly, which is a sign to me that the anxiety is kind of a little. I'm not feeling it as I'm going into this show.
I'll say that in the past like couple weeks, I've at least felt good going into every show. I can say that I've at least felt good. I don't think I've had a day in a long time where I didn't feel good going into the show.
Some days you felt bad coming out, is it?
Well, yeah. Sometimes like the bottom drops out in the middle, and then I'm like, fuck, and I'm floundering on camera.
Well, but
and
here's the part that
other times it's just smooth, and the whole episode we're just fucking going.
What I'm telling you that's so crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Even the floundering has value.
Mm-hmm.
That if we embrace it and discuss it in the moment, and we go, hey, human, not putting on a show, not wearing a mask. We got Hulk all day long reminding us not to put on a mask, not to be this dude.
Should do a nihilist episode where I'm just being super negative and you're just being super positive.
We've done those episodes.
Yeah, I know.
We've already done those episodes. I don't need more of. That looks way wrong on camera. I should not have done that with Hulk. That was bad. I looked over and watched myself feeding a cinnamon roll to Hulk. And
That's hilarious.
it was a Bismarck, I swear. The cream on his cheek.
That's fun.
Okay, you admit that it's a bit of a roller coaster, 74 episodes.
Yeah. Getting calmer though. Well,
But do you admit you've done
Yeah.
74 episodes?
you mean admit? Of course we've done 74
Actually,
episodes. Like what the fuck?
For the record, Ross has done 73 now that I think about it. It just dawned on me. I got one in there that
Fucking hate this guy. No.
on Tuesday I'm gonna be like, oh, and by the way, I'm gonna get a cupcake.
And
Your
by the
75th
way,
episode. Congratulations.
oh,
Monday we'll celebrate the 75th episode
Dude.
on Tuesday.
I can't wait till the 99th. I can't. I just
99th?
can't. Or the 100th. I can't. I can't wait for you to be. You've done 99, man. I'm a episode older than
Are
you.
we doing a Star Wars episode on May the 4th?
Have to.
Don't we have to?
I think we have to.
I think we have to.
Miss Pi Day. So.
Yeah, but I wore the shirt. I
You
actually had
did.
the
You
sweatshirt
did. I
around.
remember that. Yeah.
3.14 and all that.
Yeah. 3.1. May the force be with you.
May the 4th.
Yes.
And then on the 5th, it's the return of the return of the Sith.
That wasn't one I knew.
They
I'll
they
be
make
honest.
yeah
That's not the one I know.
because I think it's stupid.
Yeah, that one's kind of that one's
It's
kind of a
forced.
stretch.
It's forced.
It's forced. Yeah.
It's just
May the 4th be with you. Is
edge
good.
lords, Sith
It's-
lords trying to get their emo-ness
It's a
in.
classy pun. You know, it's aged well. Cuz it's been around since I was a little kid, so
Yeah, it's so old.
no, I
Almost.
mean past that. They probably was doing that shit in the 80s.
You know what? We didn't even think of that. I don't
Really?
remember May the 4th being
I
a thing
wonder
until the
who
2000s.
first thought of May the 4th.
I remember saying it, but I don't remember how far back it goes.
Okay. I'll be surprised when it becomes an actual holiday one of these days.
I don't think it'll become an actual holiday.
Who knows? Never know. Right.
So
We have to remember the cultural landmark of Star Wars.
Monday,
Okay.
episode 75,
Yes.
May.
Okay.
We're launching a Kickstarter to raise money to start our new project, 586B Stories. Those of you wondering, yes, that will all be available soon. A happy little Kickstarter that you can donate things to. That
Yes.
would be most helpful so that we can focus the next year on telling other people's stories.
Right.
We've spent the last 74 episodes kind of telling our stories in a roundabout way, dealing with, you know what, if you go back through, know really what it is us dealing with these very conversations, trying to figure out where we stand, trying to understand where the line is for us, for us. And we've had deep conversations about, you name it. And now what we want to do is hear other people's stories in a way that makes them real. Not just in the sense that stories is deeper than just we're going to be doing interviews. Stories is we're also bringing out music you guys make and showing
Right.
your guys' stories. Because I think you guys tell them beautifully, but you use a different form. My point is that's the art of it. This is an art. I think there's an art to what we do.
Mm-hmm.
You have to have a love of the language. You got to play with it.
Yeah.
You got to be present.
Yeah. Stop looking at me, man.
But even the goal is I'm 50 and you're 19. You're going crazy over. Sometimes it looks like I'm a 19-year-old.
What do you mean?
Sometimes I look like I'm confused and I'm trying to figure it out. Guess what? You should be. You don't have to feel bad for looking like a 19-year-old because
Yeah.
So that just as much as when we go to the new people we're wanting to talk about, and we want them to bring themselves and not be fake. This is about we prove to them we're not fake. We have exposed ourselves in many ways. We've talked about hard things. We've argued about hard things.
Mm-hmm.
We've brought them we are.
Hmm?
And now it's time for met my friends.
What?
There's beautiful people out there. And I like what's his name? Can't take a bad picture anyways.
Neil Patrick Harris.
Me and Neil Patrick Harris. It always turns up with a.
Oh yeah, I take pretty trash photo. Nah, this hit or miss. Hit or miss.
That's just because you try to take your own photos. That never works.
Yeah, that's true.
I shouldn't say that. My daughter pulls off amazing selfies. Like,
I got a couple that I took myself that are actually pretty nice, but I don't like the pictures I take myself as much as I like the other ones, like the ones that people take for me.
we'll get there.
Battle.
I want to get
Wait, battle.
I want to get straight on interviews with the artists that are involved with the studio, so that we can put up.
Mm-hmm.
And those I feel like are my production side of things. I need to sit people down and go, hey, talk to me for a minute.
Okay.
You know, that if we can even do it on the couch. We can take turns putting them on the couch. Be like, hey, hear a little bit about what is. I want people to think about what the studio means to them.
Mm-hmm.
I want to hear from you guys what it means that this is here.
Okay.
Because I want it to mean that to the people out there.
Can we skip mine?
No.
Dang it.
Why do we always have to skip yours?
Well, because I feel like I talk so much already. I think they're tired of hearing my voice.
That's in your head. You're tired of hearing your voice.
Well, maybe.
But a lowdown on why music and what brings you here in 5 minutes. You know, you just.
I could do 5 minutes. Never mind.
Right. No, it's a.
I can do that.
It's their short little promos to throw up, so you start seeing faces
right
relative to
other people's faces.
Right.
That's actually a good promo for like the like music show and stuff.
It shows the crossover. Like, so the thing that's hard for people to grasp is, okay, now music and interviews. How are those the same thing? They are. Everything for me is about the idea that I want to see through other people's perspective. I want to experience what they experience talking to them in a way that, because what I find over and over again is a shared experience. You know what? Oh, it was this. The details are this, this, and this.
Right.
But the experience
is this, and this.
Which is same across the board.
Right.
Everybody's afraid, bro. I don't want you to feel like you have to hide it. I just want you to bring it here. It's okay. You're not alone. I feel it too. 74 episodes in, you're right. There's still doesn't matter how many people are watching, you know you're being recorded, and guess what? This is available for posterity. And I have told some raunchy jokes along the way. But that's
whatever,
okay.
Man. It is what it is.
Well,
I mean,
but that's kind of the goal of what we're doing and what we're doing next. It is what it is kind of our motto. This is what it is, and we'd like you to see it.
I want everybody to know. There was a time when I would say it is what it is, he would be like, I hate you. That's terrible. Why do you say that?
I'm trying to buy into it, and he's going to scream at me.
No, I know. It's okay. I'm just saying.
The show
but
about
you get it now, though. Like,
no, I don't. I hate it.
Why? Why do you hate it?
Because I'm here and I have control over it, and you're acting like you don't have any control over it, and what that means is you're not here.
I think I have more control over it than I think, but when I say it is what it is, it's more like it's gonna be what it's gonna be. Just do what you gotta do. Like, not.
Well, in my head, it's letting it happen versus making it happen, and letting it happen is a decision, and I gotta make it happen. We got too much to do for me to let it happen. If I let it happen, it's December. If I make it happen, it's May.
I think there's some things you can't. It is what it is too.
Oh my God, you're gonna fight me.
I'm not gonna fight you, dude. I just agreed with you. I said there's some things you can make. There's some things you gotta make happen as opposed to letting them happen. There's some things you gotta let happen as opposed to making them happen. Think about it. Friendships, you gotta let them happen. Think about it.
That's the mistake. The trick to being a good friend is being a good friend. You can't let them happen. You have to make it happen. You have to be the good friend if you want to have a good friend. It's on you. If you, it is what it is. You'll never have good friendships.
All right.
That was a hard thing I had to learn. That was